We have wondered, how did they even break up? They were so madly in love with each other. We have also wondered, they look like they just got into the relationship, like they just fell in love with each other, even after so many years. How do they do that? Well, let's talk about it today. Let's talk about what keeps the relationship healthy and make it last longer. And it not only applies for romantic relationships, it also applies for friendships, the relationship between parent and children, siblings, etc. Let's say you meet someone. You get along with them really well. You like their unique traits, their personality, the way they treat you, and they like you too. Now, this can be the person you fall in love with, or your best friend, or a brother sister kind of bond, anything. Now, this goes on for a while, but over time, you change, and the other person also changes. Sometimes, what happens is that you don't change, but the other person changes, but you refuse to accept that the other person has changed. There starts the problem, because this makes people uncomfortable. People hold on to the older version of them which they saw in the beginning and refuse to accept this new version of them. When you hold on to the past version and when you refuse to accept who they have become now, there starts the arguments, fights, problems, everything. I'll give you an example. Let's say you fell in love with someone in your college days, and let's say they were an introvert, they didn't have a lot of friends, and the only person that they spent time with was you. And both of you were okay with it. It went on for a while. And now, let's say after going to work, maybe they found the perfect tribe for themselves and they're hanging out with them, they made a lot of friends, and this is a change that can make you a little uncomfortable. But when you fail to understand that there's nothing wrong in here, they've just grown as a person. They didn't have friends at some point, they do have friends now. That is the change. And when you fail to understand this, there comes the problems, fights, arguments, and it may go to breakup. And the same problem occurs between parents and children. When parents fail to understand that their son or daughter is a full grown adult and they can make their own choices, there comes issues. But when you see healthy, long lasting relationships, you can see that both of them are growing together. Both of them are supporting each other's growth. When things change, they talk about it, they extend their support and learn to love in new ways. They love every version of their partner. They don't hold on to this idea of what they think their partner should be, and instead they accept them for who they are and they love every version of them as they grow. That's how every relationship lasts longer, and this applies for all kinds of relationships. Love, care, affection, support. These things shouldn't come with conditions attached to it. Only if you're this, this, and this, I love you, otherwise I won't. No, it doesn't work that way. When we learn to love them for whoever they are and whoever they will be in the future, that is when it becomes stronger. I hope this video helps. Thank you so much for watching.